My final point this morning has to do with balancing freedom and identity in the practice of religion. What I found most energizing about my visit to Jerusalem is that people in Jerusalem take religion seriously. If you believe in the necessity of religion, as I do, there's no better place to visit than Jerusalem. Make no mistake, to go to Jerusalem to learn about the practice of religion is like going to the Tour de France to learn how to ride a bike. People in Jerusalem are more serious, more fanatical, and more competitive in their practice of religion than anywhere in the world. There are three major teams in the competition: Jews, Christians, and Muslims, and lots of divisions within each. Minor differences, subtle adjustments, apparently trivial modifications create huge crises of identity. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem, for example, is the supposed site of Jesus' death and burial. The Muslims literally hold the key to the church. They open it each morning and lock it up each night. 7 different Christian traditions have divided the spaces within into exceedingly small jurisdictions, with rights and privileges assigned to each tradition for designated places at specific times. One group can pause in front of the place where Jesus died, for example, but they cannot pray there. Another can pray there at one time of day or once a week, but only then, and so on. The situation at the western wall of the Temple Mount, the most sacred, accessible site of Judaism, isn't any better. You can have your bar mitzvah at the western wall only if you are an Orthodox Jewish boy. Women have a small and separate section to one side of the wall where they can pray, but only silently, and women cannot read the Torah at the wall. Atop the Temple Mount stands the Al-Aqsa Mosque, the third most holy site for Muslims, and the Dome of the Rock, where the temple Herod built for the Jews once stood. Only Muslims can enter the mosque and the Dome of the Rock. The one point on which all teams in this religious Tour de France agree has to do with the status of women. In one of our conversations with a leading Orthodox Jewish rabbi, I observed to him that 3 women had recently won the Nobel Peace Prize for helping bring peace to parts of Africa. Let's say that 10 years from now, I continued, 3 women, a Jew, a Muslim, and a Christian, win the Nobel Peace Prize for helping bring peace to the Middle East. What will have happened? He quipped, "The Messianic kingdom will have come." Everyone laughed at his joke, and that was it for an answer. In other words, such an event will never happen in this world. The subordination of women in Jewish, Christian, and Muslim communities in Jerusalem, as in the Middle East generally, infuriates me. Because women's religious identity is second class, their religious freedom is third rate. Given all of these problems, why practice religion at all? Because, in a deep and comprehensive way, religion gives to us our identity. Just because religion can be practiced badly doesn't mean it shouldn't be practiced well. We develop an identity as we learn what matters and where we belong. We learn that this monument matters because of what happened here. This story matters because of the lesson it teaches. This symbol matters because of the reminder it evokes. Religion teaches us what matters and where we belong. It teaches us what we should value and how we should conduct ourselves and to what we should commit ourselves. How do we learn these things? By practice. Religion is a way of life. Orthodox Jews keep kosher and keep the Sabbath. Orthodox Christians pray 3 times a day and deprive themselves during Lent. Devout Muslims pray 5 times a day and fast during Ramadan. And Unitarian Universalists, what do we do? The power of religious identity in Jerusalem inspired me. But the paucity of religious freedom stopped me short. When I told Natan Sharansky that I grew up conservative Mennonite and had become Unitarian Universalist, he understood in a flash, and so did I. People want 2 things: to belong, like Orthodox Jews and conservative Mennonites, and also to be free, like Unitarian Universalists. Identity and freedom. Only with both will we be, as Dr. King once said, free at last. Amen. I love you. May God bless us all.